Well, I'm in the new adult care facility, and it's called Annie's Adult Care Facility, and it's run by a really nice black couple. I don't know if they're African, but they're black. They're really nice, really smart people, and as I've talked to the residents in the house, they seem like they're really, really nice people. They have much, much better food here than at the last place. The last place, the caregivers, they all had like attitude problems, and they were like power trippers, and also none of them washed their freaking hands. I watched them prepare food, many, many meals, and not once did any of them wash their hands, so that was really gross. And so there's there's a spot on the couch. There's a certain spot on one of the couches, which is my designated spot to sit down at. And I know why, because there's some kind of gassing device that was put into the couch or around the couch, because like I went out into the living area the other day, and just this horrible gas smell was all around that couch where I'm supposed to sit, and I'm like, And I got this mask here. I wear it, but it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work to keep the parasites out, but I wear it anyway because, not all the time or anything, but like in my room, because that's the only thing I have. And they took me to a trip to Walmart yesterday, so I was in there getting some drinks and stuff to drink and a few things to eat. I got myself a fan. There's my fan. So the guy dropped some of us off, and then I thought he was gonna stay on the van, but he didn't. He parked the van, and then he come right in, and he found exactly where I was at, and he grabs the fan that I had in my cart, and he starts examining it and looking at it, what kind it is, and like it's any of his business. Well, he's working for the FBI, so I guess everything I buy is his business. And he's like, oh, well, what is this? What kind is this? And then he tries to talk me out of buying it. He says, oh, well, we got a fan in the garage. And I'm like, well, is it a big box fan like this? He's like, no. And I'm like, well, I'm still buying it. And then, of course, he was looking at my cart, at the groceries in my cart. And I'm like, are you following me around? Because he knew exactly where I was in the store, of course, because he's working for the FBI. And right there at the milk, there was a bunch of these Mormons, and immediately they looked at me and started smiling and laughing, because I guess apparently torturing and murdering innocent people is funny to everyone, including Mormons. So I get my stuff, and I move to the checkout area, and so I'm buying my stuff. Got my stuff all up on the thing, and they're bringing my stuff up. Here comes this guy again, the one that drove us there in the van. and he starts looking at all my stuff that I got on the conveyor belt. Is this all your food that you're buying? Is this all your stuff? I'm like, yeah. I don't know why this is so important, because, these people can poison my food when I get back to the house, because you can't keep any food in your room. And so I know that they've poisoned all of my food that I have in the refrigerator and the freezer and stuff. However, I don't know how badly it's poisoned, but I know that they poisoned it. And then he looks at the guy's groceries behind me, and he's like, "Are these yours?" And I'm like, "No." And he stands there while he's looking at all my groceries and stuff, and then he leaves again. This motherfucker's stalking me in Walmart, man. He found me 2 different times. He knew exactly where I was, following me around like he can't wait till I get back and find out what the hell I bought. The FBI, they all know what I'm picking out, where I'm at, all the stuff that I buy, what I eat. So anyways, we get back in the van, and I find the van and get back in the van and come back home. Well, this is my room. Got a TV, my bed, lamp, bathroom, closet, and the door. So, I gotta tell you, this really freaked me out last night, because I know that they dropped some kind of cord into the wall here. I heard it the first night I was here, and so they're pumping gases into the wall, and it's coming out of the baseboard, and it almost looks like that the FBI took some sort of some kind of device and pried the baseboard away from the wall so the gases can come out easily. Because I don't know if you can see this, but can you see that? I don't know if you can see it or not. But yeah, it's there's a huge crack there. Somebody took something and pried it away from the wall. So anyways, they've been coming in, because they're gassing my room out. I opened up the window for a while, but when I open up the window, more gases come in through the window. So I shut the window and open up the bedroom door. And as I lay down, they know that they want to shut the door. Why do they want to shut the door? Because they want the gases to build up in my room so I can breathe them in, and they can go into my pores and infect me and get me closer and closer to death. So they keep shutting my fucking door. And so I'm laying down, fall asleep for a little while. I open up my eyes, my fucking door is shut again. So I get up and I open it up again. I put my shoes in front of it and lay down, try to sleep again. Same thing. Somebody comes to my door, moves my shoes out of the way, and shuts my fucking door. So I have the fan. I have the fan, and it's on me, because for whatever reason it's really, really hot in my room, and I'm having a hard time regulating my body temperature or something, because sometimes I get really, really cold, sometimes I get really, really hot. So I got the fan going, and some of these staff members, one of them come in and just walks right up to my property and starts messing with the knob and turning my fan off for no fucking reason. He didn't even say anything to me, and I'm like, excuse me, can you turn that back on all the way, please, all the way? And he acted like he didn't know how to turn it back on all the way. And then finally he did. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he didn't answer me, and he just left. So they don't like it that I have a fan on me, and they want to shut my door. So then, so last night, and I have the fan on me and the door to my room open, and I'm laying in bed trying to sleep. My eyes are closed, kind of drifting in and out, and I have to turn, every once in a while, turn on to another side. And so it's about 11:07 a.m. and I get up, and I'm turning over, and here's this motherfucking staff member in the middle of my room walking around, and I started like yelling. I'm like, what the fuck, and then he like kind of slowly walks over to the blinds here, and he's like, oh, you gotta shut your blinds. You gotta shut your blinds. I'm like, what the fuck is this motherfucker doing? I mean, he's in my fucking room. It freaked me the fuck out. It scared the shit out of me. And apparently, at 11:07 at night, I have to have my fucking blinds shut, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Because if I want my blinds open, I want them open. And so then he's like, tries to turn my fan off, and I'm like, no, I want my fan on. And then he goes to go out my room, and he tries to shut my door, and I'm like, no, I want my door open. And we sat there and literally argued about it for like 5 minutes, and like, my voice is kind of high because I'm getting irritated. This man is walking through my room. He was not invited, and it's 11 o'clock at night. He's walking through my room. Then he goes and like says some crazy shit. He's got to shut my blinds. So I'm like thinking, okay, whatever. That's why you're in here. And then he's like says that I have to shut off my fan, or I have to close the door to my room. And I said, well, I'm not doing that. My fan stays on, and I want the door open. So he grabs the door and starts to shut it. I said, if you shut that door, I'm going to open it right back up again. So finally he stops what he's doing and he leaves, and I'm like thinking, what in the fuck? So I messaged the owner, and I told her what just happened, and I told her that it scared the shit out of me, and she messaged me back today and said that she was going to talk to the staff about it. Because I basically said, if I'm breaking the rules here and you don't want me here, then let me know. But I know she wants me here because everybody wants to get the money for murdering me. And they're doing their job, their FBI job, by helping to make America better again by getting rid of me. Which doesn't make any sense, seeing as how I'm innocent. I'm not a pedophile or a murderer. So I don't know what the fuck is going on, really, but I know everybody's fucking killing me. Oh yeah, they the FBI sent this. I don't know what the fuck he said he was, some kind of doctor or something, which doesn't make any sense because they don't do that. I mean, that's why I know I'm living in the magical land of FBI. You know, this guy comes to my room and he's got this stethoscope, and I don't know if he said he was a doctor or what, but he like checked my blood pressure and my pulse, and then he wanted to listen to my lungs. I'm like, okay, whatever. So he listened to my lungs. He's like, no, they're clear. And then he's like, what medications do you take? And I said, olanzapine and an antidepressant. And he's like, oh, you only take 2 medications? As if he's really, really disappointed that I only take 2 medications. Yeah, because the more and more medications I take, the faster they can murder me and get rid of me. So I'm thinking, as soon as the parasite, because they migrate around in my body, they've been hanging out in my back, my lower back, and my hips, and at the other place where I was at, it was totally agonizing. It like sort of spasms, and then just pain. That's all it is pain, and it's sort of similar to childbirth, and they're really, really, really agonizing, sharp shooting pain, like there's nerves involved or something. But yeah, my stomach is really, really swollen. I feel like there's a massive amount of parasites in my torso area, in my chest. They kind of like, it kind of pulls down because the parasites are so heavy. I mean, it kind of pulls everything down, especially my lungs, and sometimes it feels like it's hard to breathe. I get a lot of chest pain and an uncomfortable feeling in my chest because of the parasites. And I suppose when they move into my lungs, if that's how I die, I don't know. When they move into my lungs and they don't move, or they start eating my lungs, I don't imagine that I'll last for much longer. But like, I know that they're in my liver and they're eating my liver because my liver enzymes are really, really high, and I just know that they're in there, and that's why they're eating everything. They're eating my veins. They're in my skull. I feel it moving around. I feel like pressure, like on my skull from the inside, and then like I feel like on the inside of from the inside my ear, like something keeps pushing against my friggin' ear, and like on this ear, there's like some sort of mass that's in there, and it's pushing, and there's like pressure that's pushing constantly, and it feels like a tumor, but a tumor that moves around. And So, I mean, I could die from a heart attack, a stroke, a blood clot, aneurysm, liver failure, kidney failure, or they could start eating my lungs, and like they did with my grandma. And they called it an aggressive form of lung cancer, but the smart people know that that's not what it was. It was the parasites. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna even be able to make it to some sort of surgery, because I wanted to get this bariatric surgery done, but and then I thought that they could just kill me that way, but I really am not sure if I'm gonna make it that long. So I don't know, because I know there's a massive amount. I mean, I feel really heavy. Yeah, I'm using a walker now because it's so hard to walk, and that's why I had to move out of the other place, because they told me I couldn't use a walker, and I had to walk up and down these friggin' stairs, and yeah, my whole body is shot. So it's all downhill from here. I wonder how badly they've poisoned my food that I brought back yesterday. I guess I'll find out. I mean, if it's really poison, like after I eat it, I feel the shit swimming around in my stomach, and sometimes it makes you nauseous. So if I start like vomiting after I eat it, I know that all my shit's fucked. They must have poisoned the holy shit out of it. So we'll see, I guess. But if I have to die anywhere, I mean, this seems like a good FBI kill shelter to die in, actually. And the people here are pretty nice. Except some of the staff members are kind of psychotic, you know, stalking me in Walmart, and then like walking through my room in the middle of the night and all that weird shit. But anyways, that's what's going on, and hopefully it'll all be over soon, and then I'll see y'all again when we're all judged by the Lord. And then you'll all find out that you done fucked up and murdered an innocent fucking woman. So, good luck with that. Anyways, talk to y'all later, especially if I start getting real sick, because I know some of you sick fuckers really want to see me tortured to death. So don't worry, I'll keep you updated.